The nasty, negative, disrespectful, and dysfunctional behavior that your children learn come directly from you. Let's get into it.
Order.
Because you frightened her.
Does that give her the right to try to manipulate the system?
No, that gives her a right to protect herself.
Yeah, but I'm not a threat.
She felt threatened. No. I want you to use your tools. I want you to take a breath. This is not an attack. This is a moment of truth. Your mother was afraid of you because of your inappropriate behavior.
I learned the behavior from her and my dad.
Now we're having a conversation. Now we're gonna have a conversation. Talk to your mother.
I learned when you get mad to go off and curse people out and throw things and do stuff like that if people are doing you wrong.
How'd you learn that?
I saw you do it to Dad. And I remember one time you threw a knife at him. And it went past my face and went in the door. In Gardena. You don't remember throwing the knife at Dad?
I remember throwing the knife at the door. If I wanted to hit your dad, I would have hit him. I purposely threw it at the door. And that was 20 years ago.
And he was a child, and he learned violence and inappropriate behavior from you and his father. How does it make you feel to hear your son say you and his father taught him inappropriate expressions of anger? You don't have to justify or rationalize it. 20 years ago, he was 9. Do you understand how frightened and terrified he was?
Mm-hmm.
Do you get that? And he couldn't take out an order of protection against you. Mm-hmm. But now you as a grown woman, when he displays what you taught him, you go get an order of protection. Tell him how it makes you feel when you hear him say, you taught me that.
It makes me feel that you are focusing on me before my growth.
Yeah, amen.
Yes, I was angry, but I know I get angry. I did something about it. I got a relationship with the Lord. I read books. I learned what triggers my anger, and I learned coping skills to help me to diffuse. So I don't go off like that. I've grown, but I do regret that you saw that. So
please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
For the behavior I demonstrated.
For the behavior I demonstrated.
That taught you.
That taught you.
It was okay.
It was okay.
To express anger.
To express anger.
Inappropriately.
Inappropriately.
That's how you acknowledge.
Mm-hmm.
He can't unsee it. He can't unhear it.
Yeah.
Even though it was 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like it or not, your children are going to mimic you. So how you handle conflict resolution, how you handle your anger, how you handle stress, how you cope with those things, your children are watching you. Are you showing them dysfunction and toxicity, or are you teaching them accountability? How you show up in relationships, how you show up in friendships. Your children are watching you to see if you're going to be somebody that's honorable, somebody that's respectful, or the opposite. They're a blank canvas, they're a blank slate. Babies don't know anything. They're born into this world innocent. We poison their mind. Before you have children, you should do your due diligence to become a better person, to become your best self. Before you bring any black baby here, before you bring any child here, especially in our community, make sure that you've done your work. Your child should not have to fight demons that weren't theirs. They shouldn't have to fight battles and all these problems and all these issues and all these generational cycles and curses because you didn't do your work. No child deserves to be put on a lifetime of misery and a burden. These black babies are looking up to us to see how we act, how we handle conflict, how we handle anger. Are we controlling? Are we demeaning? Are we condescending? How are we showing up? A lot of black folks, a lot of black parents, they love to accept the good. When their child is doing good, they take credit for that. When their child out of line, they don't know where it came from. Oh, woe is me. We got to get real. Are we sending menaces to society out in our community? Or are we sending productive citizens outside? If we're not breaking generational curses, then what are we doing? What are we doing?
Message.